The war in Ukraine has shaken the world order to its core, bringing new challenges to a peaceful Europe, such as the mass displacement of populations, hunger, and precarity to the Ukrainian people. Our subject topic being Beat the Enemy, we made precarity in war-torn Ukraine our enemy and decided to tackle it through awareness-raising flyers. The main items of necessity were canned food, maternized milk, warm clothing, and first aid supplies, as well as money. After brainstorming with the team and designing the flyers, we set out across Paris to find spots to showcase the flyers, as well as distribute them to passerbys. We hope to inspire others through this small gesture from our part and give easier access to people who are willing to donate and help. This crisis is still ongoing and help is needed now more than ever. You can find link to donations below the video.
Hi there everyone! Now that you've seen an overall look at our project theme, and how we executed it within our local community, we wanted to do a sort of debrief as well as a reflection discussion on our overall idea, how our idea was chosen, as well as how we wanted to best and most creatively connect it to the overall theme of beating the enemy. Of course, when choosing our idea as a group, we covered many different ideas that we felt passionately about. From any enemy, such as big tobacco, to hunger on the street, we felt compelled to cover these. However, during the most prominent events during the week of our class, as the invasion of Ukraine began, we felt that the objective became very clear on the idea that we should be covering. Once it became clear to us that the most prominent enemy that we wanted to beat was going to be the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, we wanted to create the most tangible way to reach this goal. So, we created the most tangible thing we could think of, being our flyer, brochure, poster that we were able to hand out and share in many different formats with many different communities within Paris, but as well as on social media, through texting, etc. The flyer's aim was to combine three main components: what the crisis was, how it was affecting Ukrainian civilians, followed by ways to help during the crisis, such as donating, including an official QR code from unicef.us, peaceful protesting, offering to house refugees if possible, and item donations including need for sanitary items, non-perishable foods, etc. Finally, the third section of our brochure was essentially the most concrete ways and locations of where Parisians and students from GEM would be able to access drop-off points for donations. The array of various locations aimed to present to people that there are many locations to help, and no matter where you lived within the city, there wouldn't be one too far from you, offering that the locations were close and reachable. The flyer was offered in both French and English, as well as paper format given to people and pasted on storefronts, as you saw in the video, but also in PDF format to share easily amongst others. To recap, the first section had the goal on educating on the crisis, with photos and statistics. The second was a detailed list of items, and the third was going to be the locations. In conclusion, our group very much enjoyed the overall experience of not only coming together to identify our way of how we were going to beat the enemy, but also coming together and finding an initiative that we all felt very passionate about, especially in the time of need with what's going on within the last 2 weeks. We felt it was a wonderful opportunity for us as a team to be able to educate ourselves on not only the crisis itself and raise awareness, but also find some very concrete ways, yet very easy ways, to be able to help out within the community. And most of all, we hope that in doing this, we were able to share this information and leave some very concrete ways to help within our community, as well as over social media, text message, and hopefully reaching across the world within our initiative.